Hello. Did we do it? I can probably check, can't I, on an external device. I can't find you yet. Where are you? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if you're here. Oh, there's so many lovely messages already, but I don't know if I'm here yet because there's too many for it to be since I was live. Ha 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 hi. Let me just check. Can you see me? With my scary eyes? They are a bit scary, aren't they? Let's just... Okay, so you can see me, I don't need to check. Oh, that's terrific. Oh, Gregory says, hello, fairy god hottie. It doesn't have as much of a ring to it. Does it? I don't know, but that's very lovely of you. Thank you. I'm going to take these off now. I'm joined by a friend who I have bribed. You know, this same friend I need to bribe to do anything with me, really. Here she is. You have anything to add? Aww, you're so perfect. You're so perfect, how'd you get? Okay, so most importantly, let's just, Daphne wants to show you her new accessory. So we're going to start with the most important things first. So she actually has been online recently and decided that she needs some protection from the sun because summer's coming in. It's coming in thick and fast. So she wanted to get this small hat for her small head. And she enjoys it a lot, as you can tell. That's her face when she enjoys things, just in case you didn't know. All right, let me pop you here on this little chair. I've brought treats, as I said, because this isn't free. This is always funded by treats. She likes these special German ones. So I've got some of these on hand. And then if you have any questions for Daphne, she is right here. But I can't get her high enough to be in the frame, unfortunately, due to her ever so small size. So my eyes, to tell you the truth, I don't know what this is. I just thought, let's draw some triangles on my eyes and see what happens. I don't know if it's going to stay. But for now, I don't hate it. So, yeah. Let's have a look who we've got. I am really wanting to greet you into this live stream. And then I'll explain why today is a live stream. And just talk through a few things, what's going on, and just the general excitement that is this fabulous corner of the internet with you terrific individuals. So, who do we have here? Hello! Benny Two Cheeks is here. Oh, that's good. Hi, I did see UFC 299 in case you're wondering. Benny Two Cheeks, and I enjoyed it a great deal. It was terrific. It's a terrific card. Let's see who we've got. Hi, Rob. Oh, yeah, I'll analyse some of your songs. That sounds good. Grey says, I'm out here setting makeup trends. Well, let's find out. If you start seeing hollow triangles on people's eyes, then you saw it here first, maybe. I know this has definitely been done before. I haven't reinvented the wheel here. Hello, Sarah, my darling. Oh, thank you so much for being here. Oh, Primal Chaos. Checking in for your first live, like ever, Stupid Australia. Welcome! Oh my goodness, for those of you that don't know Primal Chaos, he is a fellow Reactorian. Just made that up. And he actually reacted to my latest cover I made of Hurt by 9 Inch Nails, and he was so lovely about it, and he's got an absolutely terrific channel that I would definitely recommend having a little look at. Thank you. Welcome. It's so lovely to have you here. Yeah, so let's see who else is here. Patrick, hello there from the Netherlands, where you are from, where I am to where you are there. Hello. Oh, White Mummy says that colour is perfect for your kind eyes. Oh, you sweet thing. Thank you so much. G'day, Kevin. Hello, Charles. Hello, Yuri and Reop300 and Bjorn. First time catching a live stream. Michael, hello. Hi, Sven. Hi, Ron. Oh, hello. How are you? Oh, hello, T-Roy. Hello, Giams, the Mad Murph, Ryan, Gingerfire. Welcome. Luciano, hello, my darling. How are you? How's the baby? Hi, Brian. Brian says, I have to be honest, I love how a little mad you are. It just ranges from a little to a lot. But yeah, I'm not as mad as Daphne, though. You didn't even eat your treat. It's the good ones. Is it the good ones? Ah, Iberico. Oh, no. Iberian treats. No, I don't know if these are the ones you like. They're GMO-free, grain-free, and have DHA in them with a picture of a brain. I don't know what that is. These are good for your brain. It might be nice. Have a few more brain cells knocking about in there. Oh, it's all right, though. I don't know. How are you doing? She's good down there, I think. I hope. Oh, Grey says, my dog's name is Daphne too. I think it's a terrific name for a dog because it's an elegant, godly name. And that is what dogs are, aren't they? Elegant, graceful, godlike creatures. She's a mystery. She really is. I just stare into her eyes and just wonder how she got so perfect. And yeah, she's a blessing. And I just forget about the fact that she's with me because she has to be. And then, then it all feels good. Oh, I love her so much. I really do. Michael says my friend is adorable. Oh, she's a good one. She really is. Hello, Ford. Welcome. Oh, goodness. There's so many wonderful people here. I'm so excited. Gosh. Okay. So, you might be thinking, why are you here today, Fairy Voice Mother, doing a live stream instead of giving us what we come for, which is analysis videos? And to that, I reply simply, my analysis video for this week wasn't ready. I'm just going to have a blueberry. Oh, sorry, Daphne, sorry. She doesn't like transients. Oh, no, she's trying to make her... Oh, she's running away. Okay, 1 second. I'm sorry, sweetie. That was the final straw. She's like, I'm not dealing with any of your bollocks anymore. Okay. It's all right. There you go. Oh. What was I saying? Yeah, so it wasn't ready. And then I come to a little bit of a quandary of, shall I just post it and it be sort of less good, or do I take the time that I want to take with it to make sure it's the best that it can be? And I always go for that. I haven't posted many videos where I think, that was not very well thought through. And I'm always glad that I take the extra time at the end. And so then what I realized is this, every single week it comes to Friday and it's our time to hang out together. And I'm thinking, I need to do more stuff to the video. It's not good yet. I need to put more clips in. And then what happens is I find myself being really stressed on the run up to Friday. And then the premiere is like, oh, we made it and everything's fine. But I just thought, actually, it's probably better that I don't sort of perpetuate constant stress in my life, because I plan to be here for the long haul, you know. This is so joyful for me, having the opportunity to connect with you over music and just dive into beautiful sounds the way that we do. And so I just thought this has to be sustainable, you know, if I'm going to stay here. And so the plan is now, I'm going to, for the first time ever in the history of the channel, have content already, like 4 videos ready before I release anything. I've been inspired to do this for ages because my beautiful friend Elizabeth from The Charismatic Voice, that was like her advice for me, because like for any of you that obviously will know The Charismatic Voice, if you know me, you know Elizabeth, but Elizabeth and her husband Kirk really like took me under their wing really early on into my YouTube endeavors, and they gave me a bunch of advice. And the overarching advice was like, get your content prepared and make sure that you don't spend too much time stressing out with editing and stuff like that. And I'm always like, oh yeah, that's great advice. But then Friday comes, and then it comes, and then it comes, and it comes, and I can never do it. And Elizabeth is like, she's amazing. I don't know how she makes as many videos as she does. But then I just sort of thought to myself, well, I'm just not there yet. I'm not interesting enough to do videos in one take, and I'm not as good as her at that. So I just thought I need more time to do videos the way that I want to do them. And so that's the thing. I've basically finally come to the conclusion that I need to stop putting pressure on myself with deadlines and blueberry break. Then I thought, well, I'm really going to miss Friday then, because I love the premieres. Like, I love hanging out with you and talking about music. It really, really lifts me up. I know I'm tragic, but it's like the highlight of my week talking to you guys. So I'm going to miss that. So I thought, if I can't get a video out in time, then we'll just do this. I'll just show up with my tiny hat and we'll just have a chat about music, and I can tell you what I've been up to, what I've been researching, because as some of you may know, I'm doing a master's in vocal pedagogy at the moment, and, you know, making an album and all that stuff. I'm not going to swear today, she says. So I thought, yeah, I'll tell you about all my research that I've been doing through that week, because I'm researching all the time to write my thesis. And I can tell you about stuff that I did musically, even though the album's more or less done now, so there's not that much to report there. And you can ask me anything you want about singing or about voices. I do live streams on Twitch. They're all scheduled and I do live reactions, but I know that a lot of you haven't found me over there, or you don't like Twitch as a platform. So to make sure that we keep our YouTube-ness going, I will be here in some capacity every Friday at 8 p.m. And depending on the amount of my... that was the SH word. I have been able to... that's really hard to replace, actually. If I've managed to get my beep together, then there'll be an analysis video. And if not, there'll be whatever you want to call this. And I'm really excited about that. Let me know what you think. I haven't looked at the chat because I get too distracted and then stop what I'm saying. And I wanted to just make sure that was conveyed. So, another blueberry. I just love blueberries so much. Like, if I run out of blueberries in the morning, the first thing on my mind when I wake up is, oh shit, I haven't got any blueberries. So I have to rush to Lidl to start my day with blueberries. End my day with blueberries. Blueberry bonanza. All the time. Okay. Aw, thank you, Lee, for saying nice things about my hair. I'm sure I love your hair too. Hi, Greg. Hi, Bogey One. Bogey One. Oh, that's so lovely. Okay. Blueberries are life, Valeria. It is true. Oh, I didn't know there was a blueberry emoji. That's so cool. Peter says quality over quantity. Your editing is funny. That's really nice of you to say that. Thank you. Yeah. And hey, the other thing is like, sometimes I do just need more time to get my proper analysis. Like when I insert future lolly, that is usually because I just didn't think of that stuff when I was recording, or I was in two minds whether it was relevant. Like when we did our analysis of Mr. Blue Sky, I was like, oh, I'm doing a vocal analysis, so let me just talk about vocals and stuff. But then on reflection, I was like, but like the vocal performance is not the most interesting thing about this composition. I should have really spoken more about the harmony. So I added it in later, and I like doing that. So it just takes a long time. And the analysis that I filmed this week, it was a beatbox performance, and I wanted to take loads of time to like really stare at him and replicate things, and then refer to my my collection of what I call vocal pornography, which is like my gigabytes upon gigabytes of video stroboscopies of the inside of the voice, and just make sure that what I'm saying is accurate. Okay, is accurate, because sometimes I'll suspect something and then I'm like, oh, actually I've changed my mind. So it's just stuff like that. Like they do take a long time to make sure that everything is scientifically accurate, and I just think that's important. I guess. I don't know. Someone shouting. Hollow eyelashes. Ah! You can't hear anything. Oh, it's funny. Hello, Olatunde. It's lovely to see you here. Olatunde, I have seen your name here for a long time. You have been here since the beginning. Welcome. It's lovely to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Jukebox. Hello, my darling. Hello, Tony. Love you too. More videos with Julia, please. A wee jobby says. You guys are great together. A couple of foxy vixens. Well. I love Julia. It's no secret. And it's like, whenever Julia and I talk, it's like kind of painful, because we're so close, like spiritually. Like when we were together, it was just the weirdest thing, because we didn't really speak that much in advance. Like we had a couple of Zooms, whatever, just to get to know each other, but we didn't really know each other. And then when we got in each other's presence, we really had this like sistery sort of bond. And then when we started singing with each other, we were like crying because like, this is so nice. Oh, where have you been all my life? And anyway, we get on really well. And so, but she's in bloody Australia, it's like 8 million miles away. So it's like, yeah, we do talk. But it's just like everyone in my life, I wish I could just see them in real life. So yeah. And like Sarah's here, who I miss so much. Sarah Sinister has a fabulous YouTube channel. And she's just so gorgeous. And we used to work together and hug, But you can't hug through the internet. I do try. I try and do as many internet hugs as I can with you all. But it's not the same. So I'm such a huggy person. I was thinking about this earlier, like how huggy I am, and how the eye gods have given me vision associated with my desire for human proximity, because my vision is like so good up close. I can see like everything, like all the details. I can see my fingerprint on this blueberry, but as soon as it's there, like I can't see anything. I know there's a name for it. It's like long rugby ball eyes. No, it's, all I remember is that she said my eyes were like rugby balls. Stigmatism. I have astigmatism, and it's the one where you can't see far away. And so I just think that's just God's way of telling me, like, you're not supposed to have people far away. You're supposed to hug them. You can see all the details of their face. Anyway, that was weird. Oh, someone has sent me a super chat. Oh, 50, is that Swedish krona? That's so lovely of you. Thank you so much. Let me see who. Oh, Mr. McCrew says, no, you're gorgeous. By the way, love your fantastic reactions. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed that. Oh. Hi, Fred. Oh, thank you, Christian. What are you eating? Grape juice. I'm not eating grape juice. That's called wine. and it's not that time yet. I haven't had any alcohol in a really long time. I just don't fancy it, you know. Oh. Hello, Wicked the Cutthroat. Oh gosh, okay, no, this is something we really need to talk about. So J-Rod says, I've been receiving messages on Telegram trying to give away a guitar. Oh, it hurts me so bad. It's not me. I would never message you on Telegram. This Telegram scam is affecting a lot of creators by the sounds of it. So they like download my logo and then make an account that looks like my name. Like, I don't know, they might call themselves the hairy voice brother. If they did, I would have more respect for them, actually, because at least that would have been more unique. But no, it's like the fairy _ voice _ mother. And then they're like, go ahead and send me a message on Telegram because I have a secret to tell you or something. And then I don't know what happens, but they try and send you, they say, I'm going to give you a guitar if you send me money for it. If you send me the postage or something. And a lot of people have been scammed by it, and it's terrible and it sucks. And it sucks even worse because I like doing giveaways, so I can understand why people might think it's me, because I do like giving away stuff. I don't give away guitars because I think that would be a bit ironic, because my guitar playing is pedestrian at best. But on another note, I have started guitar lessons, as in I had my first guitar lesson on Wednesday. Anyway, but I'm not giving away guitars, and I don't message people on Telegram. I would never do that. Just Telegram is just so dodgy. Like, nowadays you can make a Telegram account with just a username. You don't even really need a phone number. So anyone can just put the logo and say they're me, or anyone, and just try and gain people's trust, and it makes me sad. No is the answer. It is not me. Report them as much as you can. And any giveaways or anything like that would all be here, YouTube, public, whatever. And I don't use Telegram. I don't think in terms of the ticks, on YouTube I have a tick. On Instagram, my Lolly Wren account has a tick, but my Fairy Voice Mother one doesn't, so that's even quite hard to tell as well. It's a cruel world out there, my fairy folk. Everyone's trying to take your stuff. Everyone's trying to bring you down. Yeah. Oh, it's a tricky situation. Don Pierce says it makes a change from a Nigerian prince wanting to send you millions. Wait, what? They don't? Dread says, give me away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Oh. It was Sarah's uncle. Don Pierce, the Nigerian prince was Sarah's uncle. You can't say bad things about people's uncle. Insanity Moose says, the best scam attempt I've seen so far is, hi Keanu Reeves and Matt Damon here. Could you wire us $10,000 to finance our new movie? Oh, there's so many things wrong with that. Like, just the lack of effort and the fact that they would think it takes $10,000 to make a movie. Or maybe they had the 1.5 million, but they were just like 10 grand short. What if it was though? What if it was? Oh, Speed Freak 67 has sent me a super thing. Thank you so much. I love your content. Keep up the good work. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. TP says, I have a friend who wants to play a fairy as a D&D character. That's so cool. And is struggling for inspiration. Oh, I haven't played D&D in the longest time. Can I join in? Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I need to immerse myself around in these groups. Any celebrities or historical characters you can think of with fairy vibes? Okay, well, I'll tell you one of my biggest muses, which is weird. It's a weird one. There's a poet that I love so much called Ella Wheeler Wilcox. And she's been dead for like, I don't know, at least 100 years, probably longer. But I've just got one of her old poetry books that I've sort of found, like an old worn down poetry book. And I started reading the poems in it. And I just thought, just from her words, I just found her such a magical creature. Like the way that she describes things about love, it's full of drama, but in a really beautiful way. And I love the fact that all I know about her is like sort of her trail of consciousness and her words and perspectives. I don't know what she looks like, and I don't know anything else about her, but I feel like I know her through the poems. And so I think that's quite good for inspiration, because it allows you to fill in the blanks, which means that you get that sort of whatever essence, the fairy essence, or the beautiful feminine essence that I feel from her. But yeah, you've got creative license. So yeah, I love Eloisa Wilcox. And who else is a good fairy? I don't know many like fictitious characters that are fairy-like. I know one, Rose from Doctor Who. Oh gosh, I love her so much. I love Doctor Who so much. And Rose is she's just the epitome of brave and beautiful at the same time. She's super courageous and brave, and she's beautiful. I said that like a zillion times. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe slightly strange choices. But I think the concept of being fairy-like is to tap in to your true self. So the whole concept of like an inner child to me is a strange one, because it implies that we have to sort of retrace our lives and go back to a certain period of our lives when we were a child. But I think the reason that children are so often just magical and joyful and brilliant is just because they haven't had many influences yet. So they're just more in touch with who they are. But I think adults can tap into that same source in an adult form. So you don't need to be a child again. In fact, my childhood wasn't like the funnest time ever for me. I was bloody riddled with anxiety for like all of it. I much prefer being an adult. So my source of joy and magic is not anything associated with childhood or adolescence or any of that. It's feeling like you're in a place where you can hear yourself. You can feel truly who you are. And that is, I think you can get some fairy feelings from that, because we're all fairy-like and magical on the inside. But sometimes when we've had many years of like, adulteration, it just gets a bit mossy. So you, as the fairy you are, needs to dig through that moss and find your shiny golden soul inside, and just keep it nice and clean. Keep out all the bollocks. No, I'm a fairy. I don't deal with, I was going to say taxes, but you do actually have to deal with taxes. But that's fine. This is what I mean. There's no point being like, oh, I just want to be childlike. I don't want to have taxes. It's like, well, you have taxes because, you have to have some social responsibility. That's a nice thing. It's good to be able to pay taxes and help people that need it, So yeah. The only thing that I think is really horrible as an adult that I would rather not be there is just sort of trauma in general. Those things that happen that just take a really long time to heal from, like emotional scarring, because the older you are, the more emotional scars you may accumulate. So that kind of sucks. But for every one of those, there should be 10 more reasons to to feel the joy. Thank you so much, Drop Barracuda, for $10. Super message. That's so lovely of you. I asked some advice at the end of a previous stream that sounded like a sad question, but it wasn't. I've been more mindful of plosives, and I think it's a good start. Thank you for all the things. Oh, that's so cool. Aw. Oh gosh. Okay, so again, just the taxes thing was a bad example. I don't think oh gosh, okay, I don't have strong opinions on taxes per se. I just see why they exist. And I also see why they are not so good, because when you're trying to make your way in the world and you're like, oh, I finally made some money for myself. And then someone's like, no, you didn't. That's not good. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Aurora is very fairy-like, Norman says. I totally agree. Yes. Ah, that's so lovely, Michael. She says, you're our Tinkerbell. That's so lovely. Okay, so I want to answer some questions. Warren has asked me very intensely, by accident, are you eating Maltesers or reveals? I assume you mean revels. Neither, actually, because I'm eating blueberries. I do like chocolate. I like it too much, though, so I need to pace myself. I never understood when I was little, when people say, like, I can't buy chocolate because if I buy it, I'll eat it. I can't have it in the house. Like, well, I mean, you can't eat it if you don't buy it. So, like, that's so silly. Like, what do you mean you can't buy it because you'll eat it? It didn't make any sense. But I get it now. So, yeah, that's another thing about being an adult. But I didn't used to like blueberries as much as I like. You know, it's not just blueberries, guys. It's raspberries. I'm partial to a blackberry. And mango. It's just really hard to cut. I had to watch like at least 3 tutorials about how to cut a mango, because it's really difficult. And then she said, like, one of the this is not that funny, but she kept referring, when in this mango cutting tutorial that this woman did, she kept referring to it as the mango meat. And I just cringed so hard. And I don't know, I kind of just lost hope after that. Crikey, that was a tangent. Mum, hello, welcome. Tracy Wallace is here. Ah, fairy cake. I love fairy cakes. Fairy cakes are so good. Bjork is a brilliant, brilliant example. I love Bjork. Ah, see, this is the thing. This is why I love live streams so much, because it's so incredible how there's just so many incredible people here all the time. Like when it's like a question and answer hangout thing, I know it might seem like, how could you possibly do that, because you're just like the person that's there and you're the only one that we can see and we're all just here. But it isn't like that. Like, we're really in this community together because you guys have so many brilliant ideas, and when someone asks a question in the chat, everyone's like, oh, trying to help each other. And so it really, really does genuinely feel like hanging out with friends. It's not something I just sort of say, like, you guys are like my family. Like, you actually are. Like, we actually do get to interact with each other. It's a community of music lovers. I suppose because, you know how like certain personality types just find each other? I think if you have found me and you click with me, and another person finds me and click with me, of course they're going to click with each other as well, because we're all just musical little fabulous weirdos having a good time. Frederick says, you're so well spoken and knowledgeable. Aw, thank you so much. It depends. What is your academic background? What topics do you enjoy other than music? That's a good question. Like everything. Like, I really enjoy so much stuff that it's hard to even begin a discussion about it. But music is really the main thing. But I studied classical music because I studied flute forever. I think since I was 6 or 7, I started flute. And then that led me on a quest. I don't really know how, but I seem to remember since I started flute and really studying classical music and composition, like Bach chorales and stuff, it led me down a path of literature discovery, and I love poetry and anything lyrical. So dance, I get very, very into, once I get into something, it's like, it's very difficult for me to come out of that, you know, that endeavor or quest for knowledge. So yeah, I love literature. I love language, love a bit of language. And I love design. But academically, like what qualifications I have, I don't know, just a degree really. I have a degree in music, like a bachelor's degree in music. And then at the moment I'm doing a master's degree in vocal pedagogy. But that's it really. Oh, I like yoga. I know a bit about yoga. Again, I think that is partly because of a love for language as well, because once I started to learn things about Sanskrit, I was like, this is so bloody beautiful. Like Sanskrit, like one of the most ancient languages, and just the way that the words that they have for things that we don't have in English is like, it just fascinates me so much. And then, as some of you know, I can speak Portuguese. Like, I mean, you know, I make mistakes, but I can speak it. And then like there's words in Portuguese that we would, you know, like saudade, which is like a deep longing that we don't have in English. And stuff like that. Yeah, so and then the other, I suppose another realm of my education would be sort of an autodidactic discovery of biology. It wasn't really part of my first degree, but I just couldn't help but connect the dots between vocal production in terms of frequency and then vocal production here. So I did a slightly excessive amount of research into it. It's a really like an unnecessary amount of research into muscle groups and skeletal components, mainly from like the waist up, really. Well, really from the neck up, but I do like a bit of ribs. So yeah, so I studied a lot of anatomy, and then the other thing the brain is something that I've been studying a lot recently. The brain. You never need to stop studying the brain. Oh, there's so many little thingies. Oh, thank you so much, John, for $20. That's so lovely. Oh, thank you. And for everyone else that has done a little super chat thing that I didn't see, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the brain. Let me tell you about all the cool things I found out about the brain recently. So, yeah, oh my gosh, okay, where to start? So I've been attending lots of lectures about the brain. And did you know, just to start off with, that if you're 80 years old and you studied music at some point in your life, especially in sort of adolescence, and you scan your brain, and then another 80-year-old scans their brain, obviously they don't scan it themselves. That'd be a flex. Someone scans both of their brain. Okay, right. Start again, Lolly. So there's two people, two 80-year-olds. One of them did music in childhood at some point, and the other didn't. And even if they haven't played an instrument or done any singing or anything for 50 years, you can still tell which brain belongs to the person that had some music education or some like experience with music creation than the ones that didn't. And it doesn't matter if you continue it. It doesn't really matter the proficiency. It's just whether you engaged your brain in that way at some point in your life. And I just thought that was so fascinating. There's this lady called Dr. Nina Kraus, and her team have developed this software where you can like, oh my God, this is so crazy to explain. But like, they can take different people's brains and create like a piano instrument out of the brain. So like, you can hear how someone else's brain sounds. For example, a person with autism, if you play their brain, like you play a melody in an autism brain, it sounds different to someone that does not have autism. And there are people with professional musicians, their brain, when you play their brain, the sound is super clear and bright. But then when you play the brain of someone who doesn't really, indulge in musical creation, you hear a lot of static and noise. And the other fascinating thing about the autistic brain, not obviously autism is a vast spectrum, but there are some autistic brains that when they hear a phrase that those without autism would hear as, oh yeah, like with an intonation at the end. When you play it in their brain, it's, oh yeah. Like, so some of their brains can't actually detect these sort of tonal inflections. And it's just so fascinating and deep and like limitless. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. I did a lot of brain study a couple of years ago to develop, I wanted to develop some programs and teaching strategies to overcome stage fright, and sort of that effect that many of us have had over our singing at some point, where the anxiety is so intense that even though we want to sing, we love to sing, and it feels good when we sing, we just can't, like this sort of physical inability to push through that anxiety barrier. So I looked into a bunch of stuff like neuro-linguistic programming, which is where you kind of retrain your brain's relationship with certain activities. So that's quite a well-known thing actually. A lot of public speakers undergo some neuro-linguistic programming sessions. So that and just other stuff like the vagal thing, like the polyvagal theory, and I'm rambling now. But anyway, I'm developing a course on it because it's a real thing. It affected me so bad, stage fright, when I was a kid. Oh my gosh. And it doesn't make any sense, does it? Because it's like, if you love doing something so much, why would you self-sabotage yourself? You're not. There's something wrong. There's like a wiring error that if it's wired that way, surely we can wire it another way. So, yeah, that's exciting. Salty Frosticles. That's so lovely. That's such a lovely name. You are brilliant too. Patrick says, do you know the song Clothes of Sand from Nick Drake? Who has dressed you in strange clothes of sand? Who has taken you far from your land? Down to the sea. Yeah, I do, because Ford, one of my students who is here today, wanted to sing it. So he introduced me to that song. It's really beautiful. My mum's fairy suggestion is Mavis from Will o' the Wisp. Very cool. Ricard had a crush on the fairy in the old Ridley Scott movie. That's so cool. Insanity Moose says they're going to plan a new fairy tax. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. You know, everyone wants to try and capitalize on joy. Helena Bonham Carter is a good fairy. Yes. Paddy asks, do you plan to release more music, including with other musicians? Yes, immediately. One of the songs on my new album is a co-song, a collab with my friend who has been on the channel before, Cardelush. And it's really cool. It's a song that's half in English and half in Portuguese. And I hope you like it. It's a weird one. The message is about, I'm just feeling a bit lost. I don't really know what to do. Everything's so overwhelming. So let's just sort of figure it out together. I'll go where you go and you go where I go, and we'll just sort of figure out this strange world full of cloud machines, which is the name of the song. And it's a reference to like the industry, like all the clouds. And we're making a music video for it. And oh my God, is it next week? No, it's the week after. It's the week after next. We're going to go and make a music video to this song. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. I love making music with people. Collaborating is my preferred way to make music with people, because it's like making a baby, isn't it? Like, you can't do it by yourself. Well, I mean, you can, but I mean, you can't, like, you know, whatever. And I think based on that principle, like a baby, if you want to create a human, you need two opposing forces, don't you? You need, like, you know, the things that you need to make a baby. So I think music is like that. If you can collaborate with someone really different to you musically and artistically, but you both share the love of baby creation, like music creation, then you're going to make something far more interesting. And that's my biggest goal when I create musical works, is to make something that's interesting. Yeah. Aww. You're so lovely. Hi, Natraj. I hope you're doing well, because you're appreciated as a content creator in this space. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you. Aw. And Stoned Fly is giving me $9.99. And that was your first super thing on a stream. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're so lovely. Cough, cough, Ren, cough. Drop Barracuda. If you're insinuating do a collaboration with Ren, as in Ren makes music, Ren, hi Ren, I mean, you wouldn't have to tell me twice. Bloody hell, I would lose my mind if he wanted to do a collaboration with me. I would lose my mind. I respect him so much. He's such an exciting, sorry, that's unappealing. He's such an exciting musician and person in general. I'm thrilled by his existence. That's not an exaggeration. I think he's amazing. I would love to collaborate with him. Yes. Yes. Aw. John, yeah, I wasn't teaching you how to make a baby. Obviously, I would be a terrible person to teach you that, because I haven't made one myself. So it was a musical baby, which I have made myself. So yeah. So let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, thank you so much, Jurgen Radix. That's so lovely. Kalash Color Pipe, yeah. Peter says there's a musician named Dessa who did a TED talk about using an fMRI scan to train herself out of love with a toxic ex. Oh, that's freaking fabulous. Wow. Amazing. Evelyn, thank you so much, my darling. Drixid Melody says, did you watch the Will Ramos throat camera? Of course I did. Before it came out, I emailed Kirk and was like, oh, would you mind if I do like reaction to it or whatever, analysis? And he was like, yeah, go for it. But I was not going to wait to make a reaction video of that, was I? No, many of us were really excited. Like vocal nerds were very excited about this, because there isn't that much video footage of the inside of a metal singer's throat, like an actual metal singer's throat. There is a decent amount of stroboscopies for extreme vocal techniques, but not many of people that are extremely proficient at it and actually do it professionally. So it was a really exciting opportunity, and the twisting and everything. I'm sure you've seen it as well, but if you haven't seen it, there's a video where Will Ramos, who is a metal singer, has a camera down his throat, and he goes with Elizabeth of the Charismatic Voice, and they get to the bottom of why his extreme vocal sounds come out the way that they do, and it was to do with a very unique twisting of the apparatus, which the way that I sort of saw it is, say you have a tube, and that's your vocal tract, and then all your tissues are on like symmetrically either side of it, and to get some sort of extreme sound they need to kind of collide and come together, right? So if it's too wide, nothing's gonna come together. And so what we teach is to narrow it with various techniques. So what's better than narrowing it? Well, it would be literally twisting it. So the tissues are forced to come together in this really, really small yet controlled environment. And he sort of developed this insane muscle dominancy to be able to twist always to the same side. And vibrate his tissues in such a small environment that they're so amplified, which is why they sounded so static and thrilling. So yeah. Yeah, I have seen it. I'm obsessed. Oh, Daryl says, I've just found out I've got synesthesia. It might be associated with my fibromyalgia. I thought it was having hallucinations when I was listening to music. Oh my goodness, that's so fabulous. Synesthesia is the thing where you can see sounds. So sounds have certain colors and stuff like that. It's so amazing. One of our peers has that. The Anna, the Finnish vocal coach, she has synesthesia. Synesthesia, that's hard to say. And she told me that my voice was blue. And I was like, that was the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me. Yeah, Anna's a really good egg. Fairies don't really age like humans, Zuzu says. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool though. Tony says, I couldn't hold a tune if it had a handle. I like that. But your channel is amazing. Your perspective and kind nature are so engaging. And I get to be a more developed music appreciator. Oh, Tony, that's so kind of you. Aw. Yeah, I think that's always been my quest here, is to just bond over music. And I think we can bond deeper when we have a deeper understanding of what it actually is. So I'm the last person to take technique too seriously into practice. I usually don't sing with much attention to technique. Actually, I practice and everything, but I like to be aware of what's happening, and then when it's time to perform, let everything go. But when you have a knowledge about how it works, whether it be harmonically or anatomically, you can just feel it more, which is counterintuitive for some people, because it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I just want to feel the music. Stop talking about vocal technique. Boo, thumbs down. Which does happen on my channel a lot. People saying those kinds of things. But, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me, because you can appreciate it so much more and deeper when you know how special it is and how magical it is, because frequency in music is so magical, I think a good example would be MMA as a comparison. So a lot of people think MMA, which is mixed martial arts, organizations like the UFC, that kind of thing. If you look at it and you don't know what's going on, it just looks like two people brutally attacking each other, and all the blood, and it's awful. And if someone was to just show me an MMA fight before I knew anything about it, I would be horrified and cry probably. But then I learned about the sport, the martial art, because I used to do taekwondo when I was a kid, and I love it so much. And then I started to practice some MMA things and learn about the different, just learn about what it is and how it's like human chess, because you have to sort of plan your next few moves in advance. You measure the distance, then see what they do, and then respond, blah, blah, blah. And then once I saw it like that, and I understood the discipline, and why they were making the decisions they were making, all of the other stuff became just so much less important. And I was so engaged in these athletes and their decisions to do certain things, and I just respected it so much. And so if you think about that with music, if you already like music, but then you actually learn about how it's made and what it is, and you can pick out certain things in productions when you have your headphones on. Imagine how much more we can get out of it, Yeah. I feel like I've missed questions. I'm sorry. Will you take Elon Musk's brain chip? No. Not at the minute. I'm enjoying my life too much. Two brains standing at a bar. Sounds like the start of a joke. Oh, I mean, my life is the start of a joke, really. I haven't been around very long yet. We'll see when the punchline comes. I suppose that's death. Anyway. Oh, Donna Knishball, you have just finished your master's in biology. That's so fabulous. Fernando Mendes. Yeah, I learned Portuguese because I live here at this time. I'm here right now. Obrigado, says the amazing Rando. Very good. Very good. Aw. Scott asks, could you ever get Holly to hang out with you in a live stream? You seem to have a lot of fun together, and I think it would be rather a good time. Holly Hannigan. There isn't enough words to describe Holly Hannigan. She is, I don't know. I feel like Holly Hannigan and I are like twins that were separated at birth. She's like the funniest individual ever. She's amazing. I love her. And whenever I see her, I drop the idea of like, hey, you want to like make a video? Because I only get to see her like twice a year because we live far away. You want to like make a video because the fairy folk really want to know how you're doing and they want to see you back on the channel. And then she's like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, we could do. And then we'll start talking. And then it's like 7 hours later and we're like, oh, I'm a bit tired now. So yeah, that's happened the last few times we've been together. But, you know, yeah. Are you into a cappella, singing-wise? I mean, yes, I love it. I'm currently working on like 3 different a cappella arrangements for myself, just because, you know, I haven't really advertised that as something that I do for other people. But that would be a dream job for me, would be to arrange a cappella music, because it's just everything I love is voices, exploring the capabilities of voices, harmony. I do love harmony so much. My mum said I liked dance a lot. That is true. That's true. What about astronomy? Oh, okay. So astronomy is something I've appreciated more and more recently, because where I grew up, you couldn't really see any stars, so it wasn't particularly inspiring. I did remember I had this Barbie DVD once where it was like Barbie fairy princess in a castle or something. I don't remember. The story wasn't particularly riveting, but there was like a bonus feature at the end of the Barbie DVD where she talks about astronomy. And she's like, yeah, you can see in the constellations, there's all different kinds of shapes, and this one is called the Big Dipper. This one is Anyway, and that was the first time I even heard about constellations, because I never even really seen one before. World's tiniest violin. But now I live in a place where there is little light pollution, and I can see a lot of stars. And so I thought to myself, ooh, what would Barbie have to say about this? Because I remember she did say something about shapes. And then I got this app on my phone where you can put it up to the sky and see what the constellations are. And now I like it more. I'm into it more. I get the whole thing with... I can tell the difference between a planet and a star now, which was big for me. At least I think so. The stars flicker and the planets are just a constant light. Is that right? Or is it the other way around? Yeah. It's a dangerous topic for me though, because I know what I'm like. If I start getting into it really and I open it up as a subject, I'll disappear. I'll just read about stars all day. Craig says, I'd love to see a reaction about Kimbra. I love Kimbra because she's amazing. And I liked her song with Jacob Collier. And I don't know much about her, but yeah. The amazing rando. Aww. That's so lovely. Thank you so much. Oh, Furion loves the videos and so does your daughter. That's so nice. Will you be doing any more Lane Staley? Oh, golly, yes. That reminded me of something, actually, weirdly enough. I must ask you, before any of you leave, which you might obviously want to, because I've been banging on a bit, haven't I? So I want to ask your help, advice, for a new kind of vein of content that I'm doing, which is, there's lots. I don't know how much I want to say because I don't want to like jinx it, touch wood, because it's going to be quite exciting if I can do this certain thing. Okay, I'll give you a clue. Like documentary style things. Like, yeah. I can do that now that I've got this plan of saving up content. But where is my mind? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I want your help because something I wanted to do, maybe it's short form content because I'm not very good at short form content. But I thought, if I have a template, then maybe I can stick to the following. I want to know what kind of lines in a song you might want to replicate. So if there's like any famous vocal lines, I can try and replicate them and then just quickly explain about that line in particular. Because sometimes when I watch a whole performance for the channel and analyze it, I'm like, I could speak about every single line in this. And sometimes the vocal techniques are kind of consistent throughout. So if you talk about one line, you can sort of understand how the whole entire thing is created. So I just thought I could start short form videos where I just take suggestions of like, how do you sing this like 10-second clip and then replicate it and explain it. So if there's any phrases of a song that you would want me to break down, just a phrase to replicate it and explain it, then let me know, because that'll really help make some content. What does the heart button in the corner do? Oh, it just sends a heart into the sky. Can you see that? I'm just going to give you loads of love. I wonder if you can see that. Oh, that was quite a lot. Oh, are you all doing it? Or is it just from Oh. Yeah, so in terms of how you're going to tell me, I would say you can tell me by tagging me in things on Instagram. I'm not very good at Instagram messages or messages in general. I do try, but I don't know. It gets confusing in there because they put them in all different boxes, and then there's a request thing and I always forget that it's there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So, but if you tag me in something on Instagram, if it's a short, that would work. If you're part of our Patreon, you can put links in Discord and just, I don't know, maybe there should be like a hashtag to organize them. Like, I haven't thought of a name for this concept. You'll be able to think of a name. Someone's going to tell me a good name. I just know. Wicked Lick says, how many musical instruments do you play? Well, I play the larynx and all of its companions. And I play the flute. I play the clarinet. I can play piano. Like, I can play piano. I don't know if anyone would want me to play piano. I mean, I'm okay. Like, I used to teach piano. But I don't know. It's just, it's there. It's just, so I'm looking at it. I'm like, can I play you? And he's like, you try. I compose on piano a lot. Because the linear organization of it, all the notes are in order and stuff. But yeah, I can play quite a few wind instruments, at a basic sort of level. But the main thing is flute, really. I can hold down a very basic drum groove. Oh, and bass, actually, I forgot about that. I haven't opened my bass case for my bass for ages, actually. I don't even know where it is. I had to ship it to where I am now, and I haven't opened it. But yeah, I forgot about that. I can play bass. Yeah, that's about it, really. Yeah. Oh, that's a brilliant one. That high-pitched voice suddenly made me wonder how Lolly would copy the voice of Minnie Riperton. That's a really good suggestion. You mean that Lovin' You? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're off to a flying start. Lovin' You phrase. That good old F sharp riff. Yep, that's a good one. I mean, I could do it facing there, but I don't want to deafen you. And I would also need a couple of goes to thin out that much. But that's not the point. The point is I'm going to do it later. So let's not get carried away, Lolly. Because otherwise we'll be here for hours. Oh, thank you, Marcus Blue Sky. Ben Edwards says, but within... Oh, gosh, it's gone. It's gone! Bassoon. I've never tried a bassoon. I'd love to, though, but they're really expensive, so it's not it's a bit of an expensive experiment. I'd like to try a bassoon. $2,000. I don't know. Everything's $2,000. I just got recently, a few months ago, I saved up from my Buy Me a Coffees from here, and I bought myself a new flute, and that was... No, I didn't get the $2,000 one in the end. It was like 1.5. They're just so expensive. Mike Judas Priest Kalsek quit smoking hash years ago. Hashtag, it's what the kids use. Not that kind of hash. Frederick is asking me to imagine no possessions. And I'm just like, that sounds hard. But then he said, it's easy if you try. So I'll try. And I'll let you know. But within the expanse, I finally see a world without you isn't meant for me. Is that a line from a song? Oh my gosh, I've eaten this whole thing of blueberries. Oh no. And they're not olives, Zephyrian. Tá bem? São mirtilhos. Mirtilhos? I think that's blueberry in Portuguese. Mirtilhinhos. Emil Lash says, Sly and the Family Stone, I am everyday people. Oh, I don't know what, is this a, hang on. Let's just make sure that, that I'm organising things. Right, was that a phrase from a song? Should I be writing this down? That was a Beatles reference, Ron. It was. Lorna Shaw, Pain Remains. Oh, I might, yeah, so I might be biting off a little bit more than I can chew with the whole, I'll replicate it thing. But I can try. It's a good excuse, actually, to practice my screaming. Daphne is thrilled with that. She's like, not again. Well, she's all right, actually. It's funny. She's so weird. If I could literally like do death growls in her face, and she's like, which is how she's like most of the time. But it's if I like make a harsh transient sound with like a plastic thing like this, she'll be like, like I've just set off and detonated a bomb or something. So yeah. No. I just accidentally looked at my face as OBS opened, and I forgot that I did this on my eyelids. It's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm not used to it. That's what it is. I'm just used to conventional looking eyes. I think while I was drawing it on, I thought maybe it will make my eyes look like big sort of almonds, and that might be pleasant. Alas, I don't know what it's actually done in terms of geometrically. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good look, but who cares, you know? At the end of the day, no one's going to remember the empty triangles on my eyelids when all is said and done. Piano and harp are not so much physically hard. Cool. Darth Orteg gives me £10. That's so lovely. Hi, Fairy Voice Mother. I hope you're well. Pointers for an asthmatic learning fry screaming. Can asthma make it more difficult? I started with mode 0, as you suggested in the Linkin Park video, but struggling to project. Yeah. It is really hard to project. So you need to think. Thank you so much for that, by the way, for gifting me £10. It was lovely of you. You need to have a little bit of a strategy to practice so that you don't get frustrated, because I think what happens is we know that, you know, the principles of this particular sound we want originates with that mode 0, with the pulse, but then how on earth are you supposed to turn that into something bigger? Because it's the whole point of that sound in the first place is it's relaxed, right? So here's an idea. So the first thing you could try to sort of begin to rearrange the space, because that's the secret, is with a lot of these extreme sounds, the tissue that collides theoretically is one thing. Like, yeah, that's how you do it, but you can't just expect the tissue to collide by itself unless you arrange the space appropriately. So if you want to have a little bit more tautness in the folds, which is what you need to get this screamy sound, you need to shrink the space. So you can try a couple of techniques for that. You can try and shrink it at the level of the tongue. So if you do like that, you can try frying here and see if you get a little bit more consistent static. Like, see if you can find something like that. I know it sounds terrible, like it hurts and stuff, but it doesn't. You can try doing several onsets quite fast rather than trying to maintain, like, for example, this is a bad idea for a practice session. Like, you just sat down to practice. I want to do a fry scream. Okay. No, that's like, if you haven't got it at somewhere towards the beginning, it's just going to trail off. And especially if you are someone that's suffering with some kind of breathing difficulty, asthma, or anything akin to that, sustain is going to be really difficult. So onset it quickly. Things like, and then you can see from there if you can start to increase the duration. But that way it gives you more time to sort of sit into this position and expand it. But yeah, you just need to arrange the space to be smaller. You can try it up there, or you can do a similar thing down there. You can sort of push your voice down, like preparing it for throat singing, and then try your mode 0 in here. And see if you can amplify it down there. That's my suggestion. That's like a part 2 suggestion. I would say if you get frustrated, you're going to lose the concept of this like spatial awareness, like, because this will not work unless your voice is in the right position. So focus on that. If the breathing is giving you stress, of course breathing support is important, like, of course, but designing the environment in which you're expecting the tissues to collide is also important. So yeah. Russell says, can you do Ronnie James style Dio grit? Yeah, I mean, I guess. So it's like a false fold grit, I seem to remember. Yeah. Do you want to learn how to do it? Because I can teach you how to sort of, I mean, I can give you a perspective on how to get into it if you're interested. But yeah. Yeah, let me know anyway. Any plans to review Tori Kelly? Oh, I'd love to. I love Tori Kelly and Tori Amos. All the Tories. Yeah, one of my students recently introduced me to Tori Amos's performance of Winter, and that was really delightful. If you haven't seen it, you want something really... It really is like the musical embodiment of winter. It's delicate and evocative, and it's lovely. It really is. Kinex Kid says, how many different styles of throat singing, polyphonic singing have you been able to actually do? I haven't really thought about it. There's the polyphonic overtone singing, which is like probably the first thing that I practice, where you hold the pitch and then you manipulate the tongue to create the pitches over the top, like the yeah, it was fun. And then the throat singing stuff is more like compressed placement, like, and then you can sort of you can add the forceful stuff over the top, which is like the kagura. I suppose that there are many nuances after that, really. Oh, and then the undertone singing, the sort of, which would be another word to describe, what's it called? What do they call it? Subharmonics. So yeah, I guess 3, but with a lot of sort of time, because these techniques, I think, is something that you really do need to spend a lot of time practicing, and I don't practice them much. I just sort of do them when I need to do them, either to teach them or replicating things. It's not something I use in my own singing really at the moment. I just haven't really felt a call to do it, and it's actually a comment that I've had this comment a few times on my YouTube channel, my Lollyren YouTube channel, where I post musical works that I've created, and will post many more soon. Why don't you use your full range? Like, I think some people are disappointed when they come to see me actually sing, and I don't use that many high notes really, or any like crazy vocal effects. Like, I don't do really vocal gymnastic things usually when I perform, because I am so like, I get so emotional when I sing, and the like the sort of dwelling in emotion is the most important thing, and it's the only thing that I think about when I sing, really, is like telling the story. So I haven't really found an opportunity to integrate some of these more advanced techniques in my own works. When I do specific things, like again, like replicating sounds, it's really fun, and it's a different kind of challenge, which is why I want to make more videos like that, like vocal chameleon videos, where I sort of, you know, like show people how to sing certain phrases, and we can do all the fun stuff like the belting and the screaming and stuff, because those techniques, to me, they don't express my emotions. They deeply scintillate my desires to push the boundaries of the human voice, but it's a different feeling. It's not an emotional feeling, it's a more cerebral feeling that I associate more extreme effects with. So yeah. Glenn Hansard's yells, that's hard to say. Glenn Hansard's yells, can they be learned? Probably. I don't know them. I'm going to write it in my little list that I've got going here for phrases that you might want to learn. If you can give me a reference of a song, that would be helpful. Yeah, so for anyone that's just joined, if you want to recommend me things to analyze, like phrases to analyze, that would be really cool, because that's something I want to start doing. Drop Barracuda says, NL, high voltage, totally unnatural but proven to be real. Ooh, it hits a resonance I've never heard done by anyone else. I mean, chances are I probably can't replicate that then, but I could definitely try and explain it. J Pippi says, wow, you're live. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, thank you. Faint Linkin Park. Okay, Callum, I don't know that one. It's on the list. I probably should actually pop off after this. I've realised I've been on here a long time. I just enjoy this so much. it's just so nice to like divulge all this information and to receive all this encouragement for creating more things. Like, I don't know, it's like, you know, you would go to your friends for a suggestion. Hey, what do you think about this? And like, I come to you when it's musical stuff. So I can get all of the inspo and just like, tell me more stuff. What do you want to see? Oh, hi, Syed. How are you doing? Still waiting on those new Coke Studio reactions. I haven't forgotten. I know it sounded like I did because I was like, oh, but yeah, it just hasn't made its way into my list, my immediate list yet. But yeah, it will. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Anne Wilson again. Oh my goodness, there's so many suggestions. This is great. Oh, because this is fun. Like, because this will only be phrases, I could probably make like a few of these videos all in one go. So I could like bulk make them. Like a batch of singing cookies. I can freshly prepare them for you and hand them out. New Dimash song, When I've Got You. Okay. This is good. It's exciting. Patrick went to the Angelina concert in Vegas. Oh, that's so terrific. I bet she was wonderful. I want to hear all about it. That's so cool. You want more Casey Chambers? She is terrific. I see why. She really is terrific. I enjoyed that so much. That Lose Yourself. Lager Cooler says, just wondering, would it be possible that you could do a small recording that could be used as an alarm clock? Because I love the way you start your video saying, hello, gorgeous. That is the cutest thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, of course. Of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know how to send it to you, but I can do that. Yeah, of course. I will. Maybe I'll just. Oh, that's so sweet. I'll add it as a little downloadable thing on my website. I'll put a reminder to do that. Hello, gorgeous. So I'll put it on my website as like a free download. It shouldn't take me long. I say it a lot. 'Cause you're all so gorgeous. And I like to greet you. So there you go. Dimash has loads of new stuff. Does he, Elizabeth? It's been a while since I've entered his realm of vocal wizardry. So it is about time I go back. It's been probably a year and a half since I've allowed Dimash's larynx to do its thing in my ears. Didn't come out right. You saw Stevie Nicks? That's so cool. Oh my gosh. I saw, because I'm a huge Billy Joel fan, and I saw that Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks were doing a thing. Is that true? Are they doing a show together? Gosh, I'd love to see that so much. Tickets to America are just so expensive, and I think most of them were in America. Bye, Mike. Thanks for coming. Insanity Move says, put the alarm clock on Bandcamp and make a fortune. See that? I didn't think of that. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. It's going to be fortune pounds and 0 pence. It's going to be fortune 99. I can't charge for people to download a recording of me saying hello gorgeous, can I? I mean, that doesn't seem right. Godless Summer react to a song called Valhallelujah. Part metal, part gospel, part IKEA advert. Golly, now I am intrigued. Thorgrim says, have you ever checked out Ivor? I think I have. Is that the throw it up I don't remember the words, but I think it's something like that. And she does a yum. Yeah, that was terrific. That was magical. I want to watch that again. Oh, she's insanely cool and beautiful. Yells in a song. Okay. Yelling. We're going to do yelling analysis. It's a good point, actually, because sometimes you do need to yell, you know? You need to yell to get your emotions out. And then there is the thing of like, okay, well, if I want to yell and get my emotions out, am I going to have to sacrifice my vocal well-being? Well, not necessarily. I'm going to do a video about how to safely yell. Safe yelling for my fairy friends. Okay. Legato arpeggio. Okay. Yep. I can teach you that. Legato arpeggio in Anne Marie Fly. That was me tapping the wires like space. Probably didn't need to do that, but I don't need to do a lot of things I end up doing. So Vaspian says, loving the Hurt rendition. Been hooked on your covers since Lilac Wine. I discovered Jeff Buckley because of you. Oh, Vaspian. That's, oh gosh, that means a lot. Thank you so much. That's crazy to think that you found me before you found Jeff Buckley. But I mean, Jeff Buckley, I'm glad that you found him. I never thought a day would come where someone would hear about me before Jeff Buckley. But that's wild. Yeah, Grace is my favourite album. Edmundo Barbosa da Silva. Hi from a Brazilian living in Portugal. Boa noite, Edmundo. Bem-vindo à nossa live stream. Como estás? I'd like to know how you find Portugal, because it's a beautiful, magical place in my experience. Can you imitate Anita Baker? Olatunde asks. Anita Baker, I need to refamiliarize myself. If it's the lady I'm thinking of, she has a low resonant voice, and those are easier for me. So I hope I can. I don't know. I'll try. But yeah, that's exciting. Thank you. My string, Alyssa Supernova. I still have that list that you've commented, Syed. Yes, I do. Russell says, one I found to be particularly helpful was Demi Lovato's Anyone. Ah, yeah. Oh, I remember I worked on that with you. And the phrase listening, the 7-syllable monster. That's a really good one, Demi Lovato. Oh, that was fun. Demi Lovato actually has many examples of interesting vocal phrases. Yeah. That's a good one, because we can do bops. And nobody's listening. Yes. Good idea. Good idea. Aw, thank you, Russell, for saying you liked my cover of White Rabbit. The vibrato was influenced by Stevie Nicks' perhaps. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a funny one, really, because I didn't really... no, I mean, I've never done an official White Rabbit cover. I just sort of sang it on a live stream because I went to sing something, I just sort of picked it out of thin air. So I didn't really know how I sang it. I still don't really. It just came out. I love that song so much, though. I love White Rabbit. Oh, it's so good. You go chasing rabbits, and you know you're going to fall. Have you done any Brandy Carlisle? No, I haven't. So much to do. Yay. Okay, amazing. Anthony Ray Reacts is here. Oh my goodness. He is. Oh, I checked out your hair cover. It was fantastic. Thank you so much. Oh, oh that's so... Oh, you've been here for a while. Oh my gosh, are you still here? I'm starstruck. I'm all embarrassed. Thank you so much. You're a beautiful human too. Ah. Yeah, of course I remember you, Russell. Thank you for being here, Anthony Ray. Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting that you're here. And thank you for watching that cover of Hurt. And thank you for commenting on it. Yeah, that's really lovely of you. I'm going to make more songs too, and I hope you like them. Electric Callboy. Oh, I bloody love Electric Callboy. Oh, Ona says you listen to her every day. Oh, goodness. I hope you're listening to happy songs too, because I do really go for it with the old emotion in that one. So, yeah, but I'm happy that you enjoyed it. Rise says, you've been out all night. What did I miss? Not much, really. I ate a whole thing of blueberries, bar this one, because it was one of the gnarly ones. It was all squishy. So that's it, really. We've just been hanging out and eating blueberries. Taicho says, I'm going to pop off after this one. That means leave, by the way, not fart in this context. Daphne's had enough of me. She's not even in the room anymore. Crikey, what was I going to say? Yes, beatbox content, of course. My next video will be a beatbox analysis. And I've also been talking to Stitch because I want to get him on the channel to do one of those lesson exchanges, like the ones that I did with River. Yeah. And Ricard says, oh, okay, I'm going to answer a few more. I don't want to miss anything. I want to take my wife to Portugal, but don't know what to see. Portuguese is one of the most beautiful languages. Oh, Ricard, I mean, you can't go wrong, honestly. Wherever you go in Portugal, you're going to have a fabulous time. But I definitely recommend Porto as a city. It's absolutely wonderful. It's definitely the best city I have been to. I love Rome as well, like for different reasons, but it just has everything. It has a beach. It has history. It has a little park where you can see like baby, what's the things? Peacocks, yep. And it has just really nice views. Everywhere you go, there's a nice view. And it's a terrific place. Yeah, I would definitely recommend Porto. You and your wife are going to love it. If you like nice things. And Portuguese is one of the most beautiful languages. Portuguese is like, it's like an ocean. It's just so much, yeah, it's quite hard sometimes because of how oceany it is. Like everything has oceans in it. Like if you want to say the word path, like, like a path that is paved out for walking, like a pedestrian path, they're it's so hard to say. São passadiços. But you can just say no, you can't. You have to say the whole thing. Darius, having fun without me here? No. We had a terrible time until you came. And okay, like a couple more, and then I'm gonna leave. You must watch Fake and Auto-Tune beatbox. It's really insane. You'll be shocked. Do you mean like where you can pretend to do auto-tune in your voice, like that thing, like reverse yodeling? Because I like that a lot. I haven't practiced it much. I kept meaning to, but I keep forgetting. But I wanted to do. There's this song by James Blake. With like a little arpeggio in it, and I've been trying to practice looping and beatboxing and stuff, and I wanted to try and do a cover of that song with the arpeggio that's like ooh, Ooh. 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 Yeah, it's really hard to get it accurate. But yeah, cool. Oh, okay, no, that was different names, my bad. Okay, got carried away. Shiva says getting mugged in Milan was the most memorable thing about my Italian holiday. You know, I mean, yeah, Milan is I've been to Milan 3 or 4 times because all of my tattoos are from Milan and I have several. So, yeah, Milan is a funny one. There are beautiful parts of it, but it is slightly scary, I will say. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you got mugged though. That's dreadful. That sucks. I didn't get mugged, but then I didn't really have much to mug anyway, so it would have been a waste of time. Sorry. Okay, you can interview Anthony Ray in terms of beatboxing. Ooh. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Ooh, okay. I think there's just so many fabulous individuals here and I'm having so much fun, but then I do have to wrap up because I've got work in the morning. Educating the larynxes of tomorrow and stuff. So I do have to pop off, but again, you know, as in leave. But you know, the thing is with this sort of thing is like there is no limit to the amount of these that we can do. Again, so for those of you that weren't here at the beginning of this debacle, whatever this was, my plan is that I absolutely need to stack up some more videos because I need time to make them perfect. And I felt that I was running out of time and I could feel perhaps the quality was going to begin to slip away and I wouldn't... Oh no, Daphne's hat's fallen. And I wouldn't be able to maintain it, basically. So I'm going to give myself some time to make some videos, really the best that I can do them. Making different kinds of videos, which is what I've wanted to do for ages. And if I don't get time to finish a video, so for the next couple of weeks, if I haven't managed to get that done already, then we'll just hang out. So if I didn't answer your question today, I'm really sorry I missed it, but I'll definitely be back soon. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with you again next time. And thank you so much for being here. It's just so lovely. You're so lovely. Thank you. Have an absolutely terrific weekend. I'm going to press a bunch of hearts. Oh no, I'm going to put all these little hearts in so you can feel my love. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. And that's it, really. I'll see you soon. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for coming. Bye. Boa noite. Boa noite, Safarian. Muito obrigada. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.